Hello and welcome to another episode of Know Your Worth Woman. And today we have Monal joining us, and we'll be talking about how we can control our emotions and how we can organize our mind. I think it's a very interesting subject, and I love this subject. So please pay attention and take a lot of notes while you hear to this amazing episode. Hi Monal, it's good to have you in our Know Your Worth Woman series, and
Thank you.
let the audience know who you are. So if you can just introduce yourself in 2 lines, it'll be great.
Hi, my name is Monal Shah and I'm from Mumbai and I'm a mother of a 6-year-old daughter.
That's
So
awesome.
today I have few questions for you, Ritu. May I ask?
Oh, of course, you're here for that. So please go ahead with the question.
So my first question is how do I control my emotions? I'm really stuck here where someone just says me something, I feel hurt, or sometimes I might feel anger. So I really want to know, how do I control that?
That's a beautiful question, Monal, because we are all emotional beings, and I'm sure each one of us, somewhere down the line, we get stuck with our emotions, or we feel our emotions more, right? And some of us know how to control it, manage it. Some of us, just get swayed by it, and we are like we let the emotion control us, right? And that is something which can really pull us down in our life, for that matter. So first and foremost, you have to understand what is emotion. Okay, emotion is what? Emotion is energy in motion. Our energy is moving around all the time, right? It's in motion, it's always acting up. And emotion is nothing but energy in motion. So we have all kinds of emotions. We have happy emotions, and we have some frustrating emotions as well, which pulls us back. Okay, so it's nothing to get scared about. It's just that we need to know that our energy is moving in that direction. Okay, we are all made up of mind, body, and a soul, and a spirit which is separate. Spirit is like, something which gives us, which makes us alive, which keeps us alive, for that matter. But this emotion is stored in our soul, right? And this emotion and soul is never dying, for that matter. I would say it's eternal. Our soul is eternal, and it's like from one lifetime to the other, our soul carries on their journey. So we are all emotional beings. That's why we say that emotions are something like, we are born with certain emotions, we die with certain emotions, and emotions can never leave us. It is a part of who we are. Okay, but yes, now we need to learn how we can control these emotions, in the sense we should learn how do we make sure that emotions do not take over us, take over our activities, our day-to-day actions, and whatever we are meant to do in our life. So we need to take care of that. Okay, so you just need to control your emotions. First of all, I want you to clear your mind in this aspect, that emotion, ये नहीं कि emotion को हटाना है या कुछ, we just need to control our emotions so that we can actually live our life in a more fruitful way. Okay. Now, obviously, we want to generate more and more of happy emotions in our life, right? But and we want to minimize the emotion which makes us feel low. Okay. तब उसके लिए अब क्या करना है? उसके लिए बहुत सारा methods है, बहुत सारा techniques है, बहुत सारा tools है which you can follow in your life. But primarily, I would say number one thing is we need to stop running away from our emotions. It's like something like, I don't want to feel this way. I don't, most of us, we often say this to our selves that, अरे यार मेरे को ऐसे sadness में और रहना नहीं है, मेरे को और frustration नहीं चाहिए मेरे life में. I just don't want to think about it. I want to run away from it, right? We keep saying this from time to time. First and foremost, we need to stop doing that totally and completely. Why? Because if we're given certain emotions, we should be allowed to feel that, we should be allowed to understand that, make friends with that, and then part ways with that, right? If we try to run away without making that a friend, what is going to happen is That is called repression. We are repressing it, right? I don't want to, I shut myself down. I don't want to feel this way. So what is happening is when you're shutting yourself down, what is happening is it is going inside of you, which probably you cannot see, but it's building up, building up, building up, building up, building up. And then what is happening one fine day is we erupt like a volcano. होता है कि नहीं होता? आपके साथ हुआ है कभी?
होता है, yes.
Yes. So we erupt like a volcano. So number one rule, stop running away from your emotions. We need to understand our emotions. We need to make friends with our emotions. We need to express our emotions. If you're angry, express your anger. Now, I'm not saying do ki chilla chilli macha do and be irrational and behave like you are the biggest this thing. No, we are not supposed to do that. But yes, we can channelize our emotions in a better way. But it cannot be that we are repressing our emotions all the time. If you're sad, cry it out. If there is no harm in crying, but what do you choose? How long do you choose to be in that emotional state? How long do you choose to think about it all the time in your head? How long do you choose to run away? You want to just, probably emotion and I don't want to think about it and I'm a superhuman. Are you trying to fool yourself? No. So we have to understand that once we can make friends, and how do we make friends? There are many, many, many techniques. Number one, once that emotion has come, I would say, understand that emotion. Yeah, I'm feeling sad right now. You can cry for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever you want to do. And then after that, ask yourself this question. Okay, now am I willing to let go of this now? Is it serving me in any which way? Do I want to be like this? Do I have an action plan in front of me? Do I want to create something new in my life? Or do I want to just stay back and just keep thinking about the person or thinking about the situation which is done and dusted with, which is the past, right? And now our mind has a power. This God is, or the universe, or Krishna, or Allah, or whoever you call it, they have unconditional love for us. Now, when I say unconditional love, uska matlab kya hota hai? Ki they have given us the willpower. We can create whatever we want through the faculty of our mind. We can either go on recreating our past by thinking about jo bhi mere saath ganda ganda cheez hua hai, this person cheated on me, this person took my money and ran away, this person treated me and my family badly, this person was so rude to me at such and such point of time, and I will not forgive him. I'm not ever going to talk to him. And what is happening is those images are continuously playing in our mind. And what are we doing? We are recreating the same situation in our life, not probably with those people, but with some other people, but the situation remains the same. Why? Because we're thinking about the same emotion. We are thinking about the same feeling. So either we keep on thinking about the same thing, or we have a beautiful choice. Ki wo person hai, ask yourself, is it serving me? How is it helping me to reach my goals in my life? How is it helping me to reach my vision in my life? How is it helping me in my life in any way that I'm doing whatever I'm doing right now? And if you can ask yourself this question, and if your answer says no, it's not helping you, then what you need to do is, okay, am I willing? And then ask, don't have to be very harsh on yourself. You can ask yourself, am I willing to let go of this situation or this emotion of mine? Am I willing to do something about it? Am I willing to just forgive this emotion or this person? Am I willing to just completely move on in my life? Because I know that it's not serving me anymore. And if you can do that, okay, if your answer comes yes, then super. Okay, then you can also ask yourself by when. If I'm willing to, when am I willing to? Today. Okay, Monal, today. So what do? Maybe, you can write a letter, you can, after you write a letter, you can burn it off, or you can go into the mirror and you can just declare it that, I'm willing to let go of this situation completely in my life. Or you can tell somebody whom you're close to, what, this has happened in my life and I'm willing to let go of it. So that once you say it, you declare it more. Okay. So be willing to openly declare it or do something about it once you've done it. Okay. And if you're not willing to let go, you know, somehow that hurt is remaining. Okay. So ask Monal, when am I willing to let go of it? If not, because it's not serving me. So your answer can be like, maybe, never. Okay. Then do the same process tomorrow again. I would want you to recreate it in your mind and then tell yourself this, ask yourself, am I willing to let go of it today? Is it serving me, Monal? you can ask yourself, Monal, पूरे 24 घंटे निकल गए, इतना सोच लिया इसके बारे में, मेरी लाइफ आगे बढ़ी क्या? क्या मैं कुछ आगे किया? Is it helping my husband? Is it helping my child? Is it helping me? Is it helping my work? Is it helping my health? If it is helping, okay, I choose to live with it. But if it is not helping me, then why should I live with it? When am I willing to let go of it? Go on repeating this process till the time your andar ka soul, andar ka, I would say, your inner self will start telling you that, okay, yaar, Monal, enough. Just let go of this situation in your life. Okay, so do it over and over. See, some things we can let go immediately, some things we take time to let go.
Right.
Okay, and you can take all your time to let go, but we be willing to let go. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay, because if you're not willing, and if you're just closing this chapter, and if you're like, no, I'm going to take revenge, choose to do that and choose to do that, but how is it going to serve you in any which? You know,
Yes.
वो रिवेंज लेगा, फिर वो कुछ करेगा, फिर आप कुछ करोगे, फिर वो कुछ करेगा, and the process can go on and on and on for ages. Cut it. It does not serve me anymore. Block it. Delete it. अब देखते हो ना आजकल सोशल मीडिया में वो फंक्शन आया हुआ है, ब्लॉक कर देना किसी को. Somebody is not, you know, is bugging me or is not treating me well or something, I'm blocking that person. I don't choose to be with that person. It's the same way. Block your emotions out completely. I do not choose to live in this emotion. Now again, I would say one more thing is, इसका मतलब ये होगा कि वो emotion वापस नहीं आएगा, आ सकता है. But again, you repeat the same process. Okay? So that way you're not being too harsh on yourself. Okay, so this is one simple process which I've taught you. There are many, many more techniques. But before that, I would like to ask you, is there any question related to this right now?
So the other question is also somewhere related to emotions only. It is about how to organize your mind.
Okay, so that's also a super question, Monal, how to organize your mind. But before we move ahead into that, I would want to say one more thing regarding emotions, which might really, really help you, is something which you should do. Make a journal, okay? Make a journal, and at the end of the day, or if you have time, even at that moment when you're feeling emotionally triggered, I would say identify your trigger point and write it down. Okay, so what triggered you? You know, this thing that sometimes, you know, some people, incident ho gaya, but somebody talking about me triggered it, or, you know, somebody behaving in the same way triggered me, or what is it? Or is it like I am very tired, I am having health issues, and that is why it's getting triggered even further? Or it's maybe because I am not being able to create that results in my life, and that is why I'm getting triggered, you know, with the whatever the person has told me. So it can be, sometimes you will identify that it's not always the person or the situation, but it is you who's triggering the emotions as well. You know, today, if I am not sleeping well in my life, then my first this thing is to shout on my kids or my staff or my husband, for that matter, right? It's because I'm tired. So now when I'm shouting, instead of blaming and complaining and all, what am I doing? Okay, I've shouted, fine, I made this mistake. But then immediately then I'm introspecting that what was my trigger point? Was my trigger point that person not doing the thing, or was my trigger point me, myself, that I am unhealthy or I'm overworked up with situations, with things, okay? So once you identify the trigger point, then you start working on that. वो trigger point को अपनी life से हटा दो, आने मत दो इतना जल्दी जल्दी, ठीक है? And also what you can do is, if you think that, okay, the trigger point is not me, the trigger point is outside, मतलब that, okay, my this and this person, suppose your husband or your mother-in-law or your child or your chacha or whoever is troubling me, and I'm really feeling anger towards this person, and whenever I see them, I don't want to converse with them because they always taunt me and they always tell me I'm not good enough, something like that. What are you doing next time when you prepare that you're meeting that person or going to that person, and then whenever that person is showing up in your life, what you have to do is, whatever that person is saying, pop, pop, pop. Just think, oh, bubbles bol raha hai. Yeah, you know, think of something like, you know, I have to smash his head 30 times or whatever, you know, with whatever, you know, targets. And then in your mind, you're playing a game, or what you're doing is you're playing something with yourself or something. And whatever that person is saying, go. I am going to, mera gussa nikal gaya already because I'm choosing to ignore whatever that person is saying, right? So it's you, and it's totally and totally in your hands. What do you choose to do out of that? This comes with practice. Once you practice it, you will see that it is not triggering you anymore. If it is a genuine trigger, okay? And if it is you're created by your own self, then I have already explained what you have to do. So coming to your second question, Monal, like as to how can you organize your mind? Okay. Now let me tell you something that the mind, what is mind? Mind is what we perceive, right?
Correct.
Mind is something what we choose, whatever we choose to believe that enters into our mind. So
Yes.
mind is basically what? It's our environment. So organizing your mind means organizing your environment. Okay.
Okay.
So from the childhood, from the very beginning, we've been, conditioned, I would say. What we hear, what we see, what we talk, what we feel, everything conditioned होते जा रहा है. हमारे parents हमको क्या बोले, हमारे teachers हमें क्या बोली, सब चीज mind में perception की तरह से we are just conceiving and conceiving and conceiving. We are forming a belief system, and that is our mind, and then our mind is in a khichdi. After a point of time, it's like we are all confused कि मैं हूँ कौन और मैं क्या चाहती हूँ मेरे लाइफ में. So first and foremost, understand that your mind is an environment. Okay, our mind is composed of two parts, which is conscious and which is your subconscious. अब conscious क्या होता है? Conscious is something which we are doing right now, like you're hearing to me right now. So using your conscious brain, right? That means you're actively participating here. And what is happening in your subconscious mind is it's a storehouse of all the information, all the experiences, all the outcomes which you have gone through in your life, and it's basically a storage of memory which you have created in your mind. So now you need to organize both your minds, your conscious and your subconscious mind. And this can happen only and only once you organize your environment. Now there are how many types of environment? There are 9 types of environment. Okay. So एक है हमारा body. Our environment is our body. Okay. And body by body you understand, right? Our limbs and our body. So we need to organize our body in a way that it serves us. How do you organize your body? Maybe whatever you need to, how in whichever way you need to organize your body. Maybe set up your sleep cycle. I need to maybe exercise daily for half an hour. I need to do my meditation for maybe 5 minutes. I'll do my pranayama exercises, breathing exercises, or whatever. Okay. So we need to organize our body. We need to organize our self. Self means our intangible self also. That is, हम क्या मतलब what is something, maybe I need to organize my patience level, I need to organize my tolerance level, मैं कितना कर रही हूँ अभी, and मैं क्या ऐसा कर सकती हूँ जिससे मैं ज्यादा patient हूँ. So now one action step, if I want to get more patient in my life, I need to probably just start looking at a rose for 5 minutes patiently, not judging, not saying, just admiring its beauty, right? Okay. And if you start doing it, then you'll start learning how to organize yourself. That is your intangible stuff. Okay. Then you need to organize your relationships. In my relationships with my environment, what is the 1 or 2 little things which I need to do so that I can organize it well? You don't, जब हम लोग बहुत कुछ एक साथ करने को चाहते हैं ना, then there's a खिचड़ी. But we have it compartmentalized कि मेरे relationship में ये सब चीजें मेरे को करना must है. In my body ये सब चीज मेरे को करना must है. In my spiritual, in my intangible self, ये सब चीज करना मेरे को must है. In my financial world, now 4th world is your financial world. In my financial world, इतना मेरे को मेरा cash flow देखना must है. मेरे को जानना जरूरी है कि मेरे investments कहाँ किए हुए. मेरे को जानना जरूरी है कि मेरे को क्या चाहिए to make my living a very, I would say, a very comfortable living. Okay, so what is it that I need to do? Again, when it comes to your physical environment, मेरी चीजें मेरे को मिल जाती हैं कि नहीं मिल जाती? Is my desk clean? Is my bathroom clean? Is my environment clean? What is it that I can do so that I can make sure that my physical environment is clean? Next, how is your networking? How much do I communicate with other people? How much do I spend time with connecting with other people? That's also an environment, because we can't live in isolation. We live in we are humans and we need people around us. So what is your networking like? Then you can also see your spiritual self. Okay, how much am I connected? How is my spiritual world like? What is my spiritual world? Is it like something which I am meditating daily? How much do I believe in my own self? Period. So stop thinking about different spiritual activities. Am I a spiritual being? Do I trust my own self? Do I believe that there is a divine power inside me? Do I believe that yes, I can cultivate that divine power by believing in myself? What are the little things which I can do? 1, 2, 3 steps maybe. That way. So there are the environment. So number one, body. Then comes your intangible. Then comes your relationship. Then comes your spiritual. Then comes your network. Then comes your financial. Then comes your physical. Then also you can take care of the nature. How much do I spend time with nature? That's also your environment. Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to nature, do I even sit down on the floor and connect to the mother earth, for that matter? Do I actually take a walk and admire the beauty around me? So you can take care of that. And last but not the least, you can take care of your belief system. That is also your environment, right? That is the mimetic. So these are the 9 worlds. These are the 9 environments you need to take care for. If you want to really organize them, I would say that take up a challenge for yourself that every week I'm going to take care of one at a time, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to organize one at a time. And when I come to the second week, it does not mean that the first week is discarded. It means that of course you're taking care of the first one also. Maybe if you're putting in 1 hour for the during the first week for each activity, you can put 5-10 minutes, but you're maintaining that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you see your entire environment getting sorted, you will see your mind getting clearer and clearer as to what do you really want in your life, right? So this is one thing which I would recommend you to do. The second thing is have a calendar always in place. Have a calendar. When I say a schedule, whatever gets scheduled is got done in your life. If something is not scheduled, that thing will not never happen in your life. So in the morning, I'm supposed to do this. Make a list of just 5 things which you're really wanting to do. Get it scheduled, okay, but not 5 things. कब करना है? ये सुबह में करना है 10 to 11 a.m. ये करना है मेरे को 3 to 4 p.m. maybe. ये करना है मेरे को 7 to 8 p.m. maybe. This is something which I can do maybe after midnight. I mean, after my husband has gone to sleep also, maybe reading or whatever you want to. Whatever it is, 5 things, get it scheduled and make sure you stick to that schedule.
Correct.
Right? So this is going to really keep you organized, your mind organized. You are free. You don't have to see at everybody, ab kya karna, ab kya karna, ab kya karna. Everything is planned because you have a calendar in front of you, which is showing. And though you can do it on the computer, but I like to do it physical as well. Because I'm a physical being and I love to have it in front of me also. Aaj ka mera kya schedule hai? I want to know and I want to make sure I get it accomplished. Right? This way, if you start doing this process, your mind will be totally organized.
Correct.
Okay? So I hope this answers to your question.
Yeah, it was very informative. Thank you so much.
Super duper. So thank you, Monal. And anywhere you're still stuck, or is it clear now?
It is clear. Yes.
Chalo, great to have you here. And
Thank you
very much. And